Alright, what's up guys? So I have a unique video today. I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to build my chest and triceps up, and I'm also going to be involving a Q&A into this video as well, intertwined with the workouts. So you'll be able to hear about my push day and the questions that I was asked on my posts. So anyways, I would just like to make this announcement that I am currently only incline pressing. I'm not bench pressing anymore. Incline is a further range of motion and stimulates the chest more, and that is a big area for me to grow. So incline pressing will grow my chest and hopefully improve my strength on my incline and on my flat. So this is going to be a great, now considered my main compound to be using. But before I get too far into this, I'm going to answer my first question. All right, first question. For someone starting out lifting, what kind of splits would you recommend to make the most optimal progress? To put this plain and simple, you're going to want to have a very strong strength base program, and you're going to want to build up from that. A lot of beginners, they neglect the fact that strength is really important. The stronger you are, the more weight you can move at a higher volume, the bigger you'll be. So it's very important to incorporate strength training and improving your overall strength in the beginning of your lifting career. Thus, doing something like that will improve your overall future for muscle progress and speed up that process as well. Now, along with a strength-based program, you're going to also want to perform accessories and a lot of volume of those accessories, or hypertrophy. You don't have to train strictly strength or mass. You can incorporate them both together and still get the best of both worlds and the most optimal progress of both training methods. So to make it short, train strength and worry about your accessories after. And now I'm going over to my heavy single of 275. I think I was a little out of place. I think the seat was too low. It was hard for me to unrack it. So it does come up a little slower. And hey, it might have just been a weak day. But even here you can see I'm still out of place. I'm trying to adjust myself mid-set. I think I have to move the seat up. I'm pretty sure after these sets, I do move it up and I adjust it better. But my main goal in these presses is to come down very controlled, press it off my chest very controlled, and have an overall controlled movement. I don't want to be slamming, throwing it around. That's limiting chest development, and it's really not a good habit to have. I'm now going to be moving on to the next question. How to bulk up without getting too fat? When you're in a caloric surplus, your body's maintenance calorie expenditure is now being overreached. You're consuming more calories than your body needs to burn. So in that case, your body's going to store those extra energy as fat. If you're looking to have a cleaner bulk and not get too heavy fat, try to keep a surplus right around 500 calories plus. And don't go too much, don't go overboard with the fat, and try to keep your carbs really high. Now the weight's actually starting to move a little more smoothly, and I feel more, again, comfortable with these presses. A big goal for me actually is I want to be able to hit a 315 max incline, but I would also love to have a 250 5x5. That would be really cool. Now I just started doing these incline presses maybe 3 weeks ago, so I am still improving, I am still getting stronger at it, but I'm really looking forward to these improvements coming soon. These 225 5x5s are getting easier each week, so I think I'm going to up it to 230 or 235 depending. But you can see here, I'm really focusing on keeping my butt on the bench and coming down slow, controlled, and pressing. What are my long-term physique goals? I want to build a bigger chest, so that's primarily why I've been doing a lot of incline benching, which I probably explained already, build my triceps more, obviously fill out more everything for the most part. But like those are two muscle groups that I'm really concerned on right now, and I want to improve that. I want to have a 405 deadlift or a 405 bench. I want that. 600 squat would be cool, and 650 deadlift, something like that. Now here's the last set of my 5x5. This is a good example of what a good weight would be for my 5x5 on an incline. Now this isn't extremely hard to where it's a major max, but this isn't easy by no means. So this is still pushing myself, and I'm grinding out each rep. You obviously build muscle and are still very lean, so what is your current intake? Calories, fats, carbs, protein. Also, do you stop eating at a certain time before you go to sleep, or does it depend on what you're eating and other such variables? Well, this is a big question, but I can kind of break it down already. Yeah, I'm still building muscle. I'm always going to be consistently building muscle throughout the years. Even when I'm leaning out, I'm still trying to maintain as much muscle progress or just keep the muscle there. The most important thing about my training is to keep building muscle. How my fat is distributed throughout my body specifically is that I don't hold as much in my midsection and my upper chest. It's majority of it is in my back, and you will see in some pictures where I could look like I'm 10% here, but my back is like 16, 17. I've obviously seen that because I've been 200 pounds, still have abs and a serratus. It's where my fat displaces. So I'm still building muscle and I'm maintaining leanness just because of how my fat distributes around my body. As for my current calorie intake and macros, in a bulk, like 4,000 calories I try to aim for every day. Sometimes I'm under like 3,500, sometimes I go over like 4,500. Fats, I try to maintain it right around like under 100 grams. I try to keep it under 100 grams because I don't like a lot of fat in me. It makes me break out and I feel sick and lethargic and I can't eat as much when I eat a lot of fat. Carbs, roughly around 400. I try to keep them as high as possible. I'm going to have my protein right around like 200, 215. Fiber is also very important. I get around 28 grams of it, so that's right around enough for me. I don't stop eating at any certain time. I eat basically whenever I'm hungry or whenever I'm actually able to access food or whatever the circumstances. I eat whenever food is available. So I would like to talk about my tricep work real quick. Now, you'll notice here, this is really important, so pay attention. You'll notice here that when I do the pull down, I'll come to my side. But I won't just stop at my side, I'll actually extend past my back, you'll see here. Now, what this is doing is this is creating a full range of motion for your tricep. Your bicep is completely relaxed, your tricep is completely tightened. And what this could mean is that you may increase time under tension, and that could be improving the overall progress that this muscle can achieve during this workout. What is the best training split for natural lifters? So, being a natural lifter, you're going to be at a disadvantage compared to the guys that are on whatever they're doing. Primarily, you're going to want to train. Again, this is very similar to beginning trainers and beginners in the fitness industry. You're going to want to train strength and get as strong as possible because, again, the stronger you are, the more weight you can move at a higher volume, the bigger you will be able to become. So strength is very important. I'm not saying you have to become a power lifter and like get your deadlift, squat, and bench like peak max muscle, CNS potential, everything perfect. No, but like at least focus on improving these compound lifts because they will contribute to your overall strength and your overall physique down the road. But like a split itself, I'd say like a legs push pull, like something that's primarily focusing around the squat, bench, deadlift, and then you have all your accessories to do all that hypertrophy work, that time under tension to get that blood flow, that pump, to tear muscle fibers, to rebuild. You get it. So even on my push days, I'm still doing some back movements, so you can catch me doing lat pull downs and pull ups and back movements like that. But I always try to focus on, excuse me, I always try to focus on my chest and triceps. And right here especially, I'm doing chest flies, very good movement. It's a staple in my push day. But I'm going to answer another question right now. Do you ever take 1,3-dimethylamylamine? That's a stimulant that's in like some pre-workouts. I used to a lot more than I do now. Honestly, I trained today without any pre-workout, and some days I only come in with a coffee. I feel like I was getting too dependent on pre-workout, and that was a bad habit for me, and I felt like I could only have a good workout if I had that crazy drive energy, and it was becoming, first of all, too expensive to buy tubs of pre-workout like every 2 months or every month or however fast I go through it. Honestly, I didn't keep track, but I honestly was more concerned with like my health and just the fact that like I needed a supplement to train. I don't feel like I want to be dependent on something like that. So I don't even use pre-workouts anymore. But here, I also love to do these behind the head tricep extensions. I feel like it's a great way to get that stretch in your tricep that you normally don't get from like tricep pull downs and other tricep work, like dips and stuff. This seems to be a really good way to stretch them. How should you train to get a bigger chest or back? How to train to get any bigger muscle group is simply just hitting it consistently and in high volume. Depending on the muscle group, like biceps, triceps, you can train them practically every day, honestly. Any muscle group, if you want it to grow, train it consistently, train it properly, focus on the contraction, the time under tension, and get a lot of reps and keep moving up in weight. Progressive overload will benefit you. Here you go again, another back workout. But what's important about this is that I have my hands on the inside, both facing towards me. Now, this is an interesting way to get bicep and tricep work. Triceps are stabilizing me as I'm pulling, and the biceps are obviously pulling me up. So I like to do these on days where I'm doing bicep and tricep work and I want to get a decent arm pump. It's a nice little exercise and it's a nice burnout. Try to pull as many as you can.
What position did you play in football? I was a running back and a linebacker. And I did kick return too. So basically I would be on the field on defense, on the field on offense, and if they scored, I would have to get back on the field right after being on defense. But I was in the best conditioning of my life. Dude, I missed the football conditioning and how fit I felt. I could have run, oh my God, sprints. I'm not going to bore you here, but we would have gassers where you'd run 5 yards up, 5 yards back. You'd get like literally 5 or 6 seconds of rest, then 10 yards up, 10 yards back, and then 15 yards up, 15 yards back. And you would just keep adding up 5 there and back for, I think, to like the 60 or 70 yard line. Honestly, like, I hated every minute of it, but dude, did it get me in shape.
Here we go, tricep extensions. As you can see, you're not going to get the same stretch and the same extension past the back with these. So it's really important when you're doing those single-handed tricep extensions to extend past the back. Now, if the rope was actually longer, I probably would be able to, but it's not, so I can't. But this is still a great workout to get tricep hypertrophy and tricep work in. I always do these on my push days. And besides that, you have this push press or bench press, chest press movement. Something simple. Honestly, I don't do these too often. I don't really like them. Curls all the time. Push days, pull days, always doing biceps and triceps. So I encourage that. You basically can train biceps and triceps every single day. If you do train triceps too frequently, it could hinder a little bench strength, but that's nothing to be too concerned of. You just have to time your days properly. Maybe train tricep 4 days a week, 3 days. But I try to train biceps every single day I go in, just because it's not really hindering any strength.
When you first started on YouTube, were you nervous about vlogging? I had no idea how to talk to the camera. I had no idea how to talk to an audience. I've been in school presentations and things like that, and I felt confident talking, but it was really weird when I would hold a camera in my hand, walk around, people would give me weird ass looks and like judge me for that. Like it made me feel uncomfortable, and like even through now, like there was people that would walk through here and like I did feel a little uncomfortable. It's kind of grown on me. It's not like that big of a deal anymore. But yeah, it did make me nervous in the beginning. Supplementation for beginners. Beginners, honestly guys, you don't need any supplementation. No matter what anyone says, no matter, oh, this pill, it'll give you like 2 pounds, 3 pounds on your bench and you'll feel a little full, you'll see that vein in your arm, like you want that, like, as a beginner, you don't need supplements at all. Honestly, I don't even think you need protein at that point. You're gonna make progress no matter what you do. As long as you're in the gym, literally lifting weights, throwing things around, you're gonna make progress. As a complete beginner, you're gonna have those noob gains. It's probably gonna last for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, maybe. Sometimes people plateau, it all depends. But no, you don't need any supplements. And if you were to get one supplement, and I'm saying you don't need this at all, but if you were to get one, whey protein does help because it's extra protein in your diet. And if you're having a hard time consuming enough protein, it's a really easy way to get a quick 26, 27 grams. Do you take measurements of arms, legs, chest, etc. to keep track of progression? No, I don't really keep track religiously of my arms, legs, and chest and everything. Normally I can see it if I make progress, and I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to feel like if my arm doesn't measure the same as it did 2 days ago or 3 days ago, if it's less, I don't want that to like affect me like in my head. I don't want to get that in my head. I don't want to feel like I'm not making progress and I question my training, I question my diet, and it like makes me nervous. I don't want to deal with that. Like some days you're going to be fuller than others depending on how much you eat, how much carbs you consume, and a ton of other variables, how much water you drank. It's creatine. If you didn't take your creatine the past 4 days, you could lose a little fullness. There's so many little variables that could like depend on how full you are. I would measure maybe every 6 months. So I'm getting a lot of questions about Gymshark, so I kind of want to just talk about it really quickly here. Yes, I'm an affiliate, so I'm working with Gymshark, I'm in contact with them, and I'm on my way to becoming an athlete, and beyond that, whatever ranks they have. But for right now, I'm at the bottom, I have to work my way up. I understand I don't deserve that position as athlete right now. I don't have the crazy subscribers, I don't have the crazy followers just yet. but I have something to work towards, and that's what I'm going to do. So I do get like their new releases and like pre-sales and all that stuff, like the shirt and these reactive pants that I have on. Honestly, they did a very good job on these releases. The shirt fits how it should fit. It feels nice, it's loose, it's breathable, but it fits in the right places. And same thing with the pants too. Fits in the right places. It fits how it should be. Like gym clothes, outdoor clothes, it meshes right in the middle, and I kind of like that. Yeah, so I'm an affiliate, and I have a code that you can click on, and it brings you to the website. If you purchase anything on the website through that code, it directly benefits me. So that's how they track my progress and how much I'm worth to the company. So the more people that purchase through my affiliate code, the better I look, and the more they would want to bring me on as an athlete. So if you guys are ever looking for Gymshark or anything like that, you can use my affiliate code. I'm not going to say it anymore because I did say it in my last video, but it does mean a lot to me, so thank you. Yeah, my camera died, so I had to readjust it, and this probably kind of looks better. It's closer to me. There was a question I just had. It was about an injury and what it was like coming back from the gym after that injury. I slept on the floor the night before. I was deadlifting that day. I must have tweaked something in my back. I must have pulled wrong or something went wrong. And I had a strain in my lumbar, the lower part of your, the lower part of the muscles that are run alongside your spine, the lower part down there, your lumbar. I had like a severe strain, possible tear, wasn't exactly sure, but regardless, it was, it sucked. I did rows right after the deadlifts, and I literally could not keep my back bent, and I was miserable for months and months after that. It was probably, I couldn't go into the gym, I couldn't do anything that required any kind of stabilization, so basically everything. So I literally just took off for like 4 or 5 months, just not do anything to let myself recover. 3 months or 4 months I was just solely benching, no arch, nothing, just benching, some curls, things that would not require a lot of torso movement and torso stability. And then after maybe about I think it was like 10 months, 11 months, I started light squatting, light deadlifting, and worked my way back up through the injury. The worst thing possible is injuries. Do everything to avoid them. Don't injure yourself. If you feel something wrong, don't overdo yourself. Consult a doctor, anything. Make sure you're healthy, because you're not going to make progress if you're not healthy. What would 20-year-old Qwin tell 15-year-old Qwin? Interesting. What would I tell my younger self? Well, I would definitely want to tell myself something that would give me better progress. I would be bigger, more intelligent, and more established right now, and like maybe would be a little more I guess I would say like stable and planned, because like I feel like a lot of my life is kind of like up in the air, and like I'm nervous of where I'm going and what's going to happen. But I would probably give my 15-year-old self a lot of positive advice and things I've learned, like obviously like training methods and diet and eating. I would tell myself all that. I would also still want myself to play sports, because I still feel like that developed a lot of my character and made me who I am today. So definitely want to continue sports. But I would obviously make him more concerned and more enlightened on proper training and nutrition. And I would just give him a lot of advice, and I'd tell him that like he's gonna do something good in the future. Not specify too much, but give him a positive outlook, or I'm talking to him like I'd give him a positive outlook on life, and hopefully that would motivate him, because I know when I was 15, I was really unmotivated and really upset and very emotional. There was a lot of crazy things going on in my life at that time period, and it was very hard and stressful for me to take it all in and to function normally. That would probably help that younger version of me out a lot. Are you ever going to compete? Yes, I want to compete in a powerlifting competition right around March or something like that. Right when I'm coming off my bulk and I'm starting to lean out, so I can drop a lot of body fat, still maintain my strength for the most part, hit some good numbers, and I don't know, just have fun.
Tonight I'ma show you off. Okay, now hop up in that Rover and pretend like I'm a chauffeur. Windows down, that's that music locker when we rollin'. Flying out on private, take that jet down to the islands. And mine, show you off in the Lambos out on Collins. I be mess with them heels on. You ain't been out in like so long.